Yeah, what's going on, guys? Seth Spartan here. And guys, today we've got a super important video for you guys. We're going to keep it short, sweet, to the point. But today we're going to be talking about an important subject, MK-677 versus peptides, in specific growth hormone releasing peptides and growth hormone releasing hormones. Now, why am I talking about this? Well, as you guys know, we have a lot of new people to the channel. I suggest that you guys watch the videos on MK-677 Unleashed and also ipamorelin, CJC, whatever peptides you're interested in, if you want to get the whole, complete, entire scoop, okay? All right, but we'll wait on those long videos, assuming if you haven't watched them, and let's talk about this. Let's hit the nail on the head here and answer what you guys want to know. MK-677 versus growth hormone releasing peptides. Let's go. All right, guys, what do you need to know? Well, right off the bat, MK-677 is an oral growth hormone secretagogue. In medical studies, in the medical literature, MK-677 acts indistinguishably from GHRP6, which is a growth hormone releasing peptide. In other words, even though one is oral, even though one is injectable, even though they have different structures, they act indistinguishable in the medical literature. The only difference is what? The half-life. MK-677, much longer half-life. We're talking right around 6 hours with MK-677. I know a lot of people say 24, but that's actually wrong if you look in oral test studies done on half-life. So, all right, forgetting all that stuff, all right, let's get into the core differences and sum up for you guys which is better, which is superior for what we're here for: bodybuilding, fitness, and athletics, and specifically muscle mass, fat loss, and strength. Okay, so summing everything up for you guys, for the people that aren't going to watch this video to the end, growth hormone releasing peptides are by far 100% superior to MK-677, especially when we're talking about growth hormone releasing peptides or growth hormone releasing hormones such as what? Ipamorelin, hexarelin, and now talking about the growth hormone releasing hormone class, CJC 1295 DAC. Okay, these three specifically are by far just insanely superior to MK-677, and it really comes down to just really 2 or 3 reasons. Let's get into that. I've talked about this in MK-677 Unleashed, but I might as well run it through one more time for those of you that haven't watched that video. So what do you guys need to know? What do you guys need to know here when we're talking about MK-677 versus peptides? Really, this is what you guys need to know. MK-677 acts indistinguishable from GHRP6. GHRP6 is basically just a slightly more refined down version of your body's natural hormone ghrelin. Okay, so ghrelin, GHRP6, and MK-677 all act very, very close, which means what? Yes, you're going to get a growth hormone release, but you're also going to get large increases in prolactin, cortisol, and hunger, and also lethargy. Okay, so in terms of bodybuilding, fitness, athletics, do you really want something that, yes, it's going to increase growth hormone, but it's also going to make you sleepy and tired, lethargic, increase prolactin, cortisol, and also inhibit fat loss? What do you mean inhibit fat loss? I thought HGH breaks down fat tissue, and I talked about this at length in other videos on how exactly growth hormone basically burns fat through 2 mechanisms, one directly and also indirectly, stopping the storing of body fat and also promoting the release of fat. So release of fat through fatty acids into the bloodstream. All right, so why does it do this? All right, it basically comes down to this: whether it's MK, GHRP6, whether it's MK, GHRP6, GHRP2, they're all too close in terms of how they bind to the pituitary And what do? They trip that starvation mechanism very strongly, might I add, okay? So it's basically going to also inhibit fat burning. And that's why in medical studies, when they tried using MK-6, whether it's MK-677 in medical studies or GHRP6, guess what they found? They put on muscle mass, but they didn't burn fat. Why? Because you're tripping that starvation mechanism, it's just too close to your body's natural ghrelin. So guys, does MK-677 build muscle, increase strength? Yes. But in terms of fat burning, absolutely terrible. And the thing is, you can do without the lethargy, so with MK, terrible lethargy, terrible hunger. Guys, if you honestly want the best advice, and I've said this before on this channel, abs, we're getting lean, right? So if you want the best advice, the best peptide you can possibly use, CJC 1295 DAC. Use it, anywhere from, again, talk to your doctor before you do anything, but used between 200 micrograms all the way up to 1,000 micrograms per day. Single-handedly the best peptide ever. And also super dosing. CJC 1295 DAC can release over 10 IUs. We see that in medical studies. Not telling people to do that. Okay, so CJC 1295 DAC, also ipamorelin, amazing growth hormone releaser. Yes, if you take this at high dosages, you're still going to cause a little bit of hunger. You're still going to get a little hunger with ipamorelin, regardless of what people tell you. I am an expert in ipamorelin. I prescribe ipamorelin right now. It does give you hunger. I don't care what anybody says. If you take 200, 300 micrograms of ipamorelin, you're going to get a little hunger. It's going to be nothing like GHRP6, but you're still going to get a little hunger with it. Why? Because it's basically a more refined down form of ghrelin, okay? They get away from the hunger, they get away from the prolactin, the cortisol release, and also the fat storage release, but you're going to get hunger, okay? Just a little bit. So CJC 1295 DAC, absolute best, second best, ipamorelin. That's why I use, through my clinic I work for, Prometheus HRT, Testosterone and Hormone Replacement Clinic, I am prescribed ipamorelin CJC 1295 DAC combo. I take that every day, pretty much every day, for high growth hormone release. So those two are the best. Hexarelin would be the third best option. The only issue, guys, with hexarelin is that the half-life super long. So yes, you're still going to get a big pulse, but it takes quite a while to resensitize. Because honestly, guys, with growth hormone releasing peptides such as ipamorelin, GHRP6, GHRP2, hexarelin, you want something with a super short half-life, in, out of your system, create that big pulse, and get out, so your body can basically resensitize for the next day, okay? Hexarelin, it's very long. So really, your best bet is CJC 1295 DAC and ipamorelin. Guys, Seth Spartan, stay safe, stay healthy, keep the questions coming, and we are out of here.